Hi, I just reached 69 subscribers. So I'm gonna be telling 69 jokes. That's one for each of y'all. You can choose whichever one you like. Okay, let's start. So a doctor says, "I'm sorry, but you only have 10 to live." The patient goes, "What do you mean? 10 what? 10 months? 10 weeks?" Doctor says, 9, 8, 7. What do sprinters eat before a race? Nothing. They fast. What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? Anyone can roast beef. Why was the musician sad? Because he couldn't compose himself. Two parrots were sitting on a perch. One says to the other, "Hey, does it smell like fish in here?" Why did the coffee call the police? It got mugged. What does a cloud wear under its pants? Thunderwear. What do you call a man that gives fake sermons? An imposter. A man walks into a library. He goes up to the librarian and asks her, "Do you have any books on paranoia?" The librarian whispers, "They're right behind you." Two fish were in a tank. One says to the other, "Hey, do you know how to drive this thing?" What did the pirate say on its 80th birthday? "Aye, matey." What's the difference between a piano and a fish? You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Why did the scarecrow get promoted? He was outstanding in his field. What do you get when you cross the Atlantic with the Titanic? About halfway. What do the movies Titanic and The Sixth Sense have in common? I see dead people. What do you do when you see a spaceman? You park, man! My friend was about to be attacked by a duck. I tried to warn him, but it only made it worse. My friend told me I didn't know the meaning of the word ironic, which was ironic because we were at a train station. I bought my friend an elephant for his room. He said, "Thanks," and I said, "Don't mention it." What time do ducks wake up? At the quack of dawn. Did you hear about the man who was afraid of negative numbers? He would stop at nothing to avoid them. How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman? None. How do you make a Kleenex dance? You put a little boogie in it. So a seal walks into a club. Oh God. Two men walk into a bar. You think one of them would have seen it. A blind man walks into a bar. And a table. And a chair. Snake walks into a bar. The bartender says, "How did you do that?" A termite walks into a bar and says, "Is the bartender here?" An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman all walk into a bar. The bartender says, "What is this, some kind of joke?" A horse walks into a bar. The alarmed bartender points at the horse and says, "Hey!" And the horse says, "You read my mind." A sandwich walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here." Why did the rooster cross the road? To prove he wasn't a chicken. Why did the chicken cross the park? To get to the other slide. I tried to catch the fog yesterday, but I missed. I was sitting in traffic the other day. That's probably why I got run over. I could totally see myself working in a mirror factory. How does Moses make his coffee? He brews it. Where does a computer go dancing? The disco. What happens when a car's frog breaks down? It gets towed. I have a genetic predisposition for diarrhea. It runs in my genes. I took the shell off my racing snail thinking it would make him faster. If anything, it made him more sluggish. My favorite word is drool. It just rolls off the tongue. What did the scarf say to the hat? "You can go on ahead. I'll just hang around." What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? "Supplies!" Why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil? Because it's pointless. What's the most terrifying word a surgeon can say? Oops. Why couldn't the bike stand on its own? Because it was too tired. What has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck. What was the world's greatest dentist awarded? A plaque. What does a clock do when it's hungry? It goes back 4 seconds. I was wondering why the baseball was getting bigger. And then it hit me. Why does Karl Marx only drink herbal tea? Because proper tea is theft. It's hard to explain jokes to kleptomaniacs because they always take things literally. Is it solipsistic in here or is it just me? My English teacher looked at me and said, "Name 2 pronouns." I said, "Who, me?" Is it safe to dive into a pool? It depends. What do you say to a hot dog to help them win a race? If you mustered a little more, you could catch up, and then you can relish in your victory. What time did the man go to the dentist? 2:30. Why didn't the melons get married? Because melons can't elope. What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? 10 tickles. What's an astronaut's favorite part of the computer? The space bar. Don't trust atoms. They make up everything. A cannibal passed his brother. That was the joke. Why did the old man fall down the well? Because he couldn't see that well. I want to die peacefully in my sleep like my grandpa. Not screaming like his passengers. What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing? Oh God, well, that's all of them. Yeah.